So we have the man coming to his farm. Here comes Arvind. Hello everyone, we have Arvind here. Hello Arvind.
You're not going to leave me, hello.
Arvind is a mechanical engineer by qualification, but after his engineering graduation he decided to come back to his village, be with where he belongs to, and be a proud, passionate farmer. He's into agro business, and he runs a beautiful cow farm or dairy farm here. And we are going through his journey, his beautiful journey, to see in a while. But welcome Arvind, looking forward to hear from you. Yeah.
Thank you, Zahir. As you know, we did engineering together. I'm an engineer by qualification, also a businessman, but I love calling myself a farmer because basically I am a farmer. I grew up in a farming community family. And when I was doing engineering, I decided no, engineering is not my cup of tea and I'm not going to become an engineer and work and all that. And I decided I want to come to my farm, take care of my farm, take care of my dairy farm, my goat farms, my agricultural farm, everything. I wanted to take care, so I decided, okay, fine. And as you know, I had a lot of breaks at engineering. Then one fine day I decided, okay, let's qualify and then go and do what I'm passionate about. Finished my engineering and I came over here, and that's it.
So let's go through and have a glimpse of your journey in a while.
This is my farm. It's a multi-orchard, multi-crop farm. I'll just give you a brief, okay, because you have bananas, you have brinjals, you have wood trees, casuarina, you have grass for the goats and the cows, you have mangoes, you have sugar cane, and you have vegetables in the end there, and we have tea. And it's a multi-farm, okay, it's about, I have about 70 acres of land, my share of my family's. So it's all multi-crop.
You know, you were saying something interesting about the birds thing, right?
Yeah.
That's a very...
That is one thing which I have seen it in my experience as a farmer, okay. See, when I came and was taking up farming, there were a lot of birds at home. There were birds. When I grew up also, there were too many birds. Eagles, you had the weaver birds, you had the mynas, the kalkuris, so many birds, okay. And then this rampant post 91 opening up of economy, all these multinational pesticide companies all came into India, and they started giving universal pesticides for everything. And so farmers are happy because the pests were being killed, crops yielding boosted. But what happened was it killed all the microorganisms, killed all the worms, and in the process killed all the birds. It killed everything. There's no birds, nothing. Last 5-6 years back, you could hear some chirping now. 5-6 years back, there was nothing. And now the government has started regulating. They banned a lot of universal pesticides, and because you have pests which are beneficial for a particular crop, which is not beneficial for that crop, but that might be beneficial for a different crop. So if you use a universal pesticide, it kills all the good and the bad pests. So now the government has regulated, they started saying you can't give universal pesticides, you need to research for each crop.
So do you see a lot of birds coming back?
Yeah, and because based on that, the power of chemicals have reduced, and so the worms and the insect population has blossomed, and the ecosystem has come back. The birds have come, and now it has come to a stage where farmers think the bird menace is more. But I'm very happy about it. No, birds have come, and I still have to be very happy only when the eagles start coming, because eagles are...
So you are a very content man. You don't mind the birds eating, you having a bit of it. So it's a perfect ecosystem.
See, basically, I'm passionate about it. It's not I'm content with what I have. I don't have to earn millions and become rich and all that. So I'm happy. Nature takes what it takes and gives me back what I got, and I have enough profits for me to run a decent life. That's how I am. I don't look at profitability.
So let the birds eat, coexist.
Yeah, coexist. Nature coexists.
So you don't
I'll
need...
be very happy when I start seeing the eagles, because they are the apex predators of the ecosystem of pests and birds. Okay. So once I see the eagles, I think India is back and farming is back.
So we are taking a walk. We are taking a walk through.
You're walking in a wet field. Don't walk like you're walking on dry ground. You'll slip. When you're walking on wet field, you need to press your big toes and toes down. So when you're putting your foot, you put your foot down. You won't slip.
All right.
That's how you walk in a wet field.
Thank you. So walk on your big toes is the lesson. I'm following your big footsteps, Arvind. Looks very interesting.
This is my everyday exercise, right? I don't have to do a walking exercise. When you walk on this, your legs will become strong. Because your calf will get sore by the evening.
So that's your farm, banana farm?
Banana farm.
How many banana trees do you have here total?
This is about 2.5 acres. It is around 2,300 banana trees.
Okay.
It's like 6 by 6 from all sides.
Mm-hmm.
You can see spacing is 6 by 6.
Okay.
And it's all even. You can see. Yeah, you have to maintain. These side bunches should not be allowed till the suckers come out. Like once this come out, you leave it, and by the time it is harvested, you see which is the one which grows very sturdily. Keep that, remove everything else, and that is called retuning of banana. This is the first crop, then you'll have the retuning.
Oh wow, this is a good pathway. Surely better than the muddy terrain.
Waterway, we call it Vaikal in Tamil, or irrigation channel. This here you see is the, in English it's called Kazarina, in Tamil it's called Sauku. This is mainly a wood tree for pulp, for paper. The 2.5 years to 3 years crop. So at 3 years you harvest. This is about 1.5 years old.
Yeah, so this is drinking water as well?
This is clean, filtered, micro filtered because it comes from 100 feet below the ground.
Okay.
Filtered naturally by soil.
Alright.
So it's just borewell water comes out. And you can see water is spick and span clean.
Okay.
And you're thirsty.
Wow, it's from a refreshing spring. Abundant spring.
And the water will be naturally so cold.
Let me have some too.
Go ahead.
Okay, so how do you know the specific characteristics of each one of them? I just noticed you know who eats what, who drinks how much water, how they behave. Some who are aggressive, some who are mild, some who, and you know the specific age of each one of them. How do you manage to get to know all this?
See, I maintain records for everything. Most of them are born on my own farm. So I have the details of when they were born, what their mothers are and all that. And so from calf, it's been here and I come almost every day, morning, evening here. So I spend time with them. So I know each cow's characters. I know what they do, what they not do, what they do in summer, what they do in winter, how the eating habits, everything. It's just that when you come and see it every day, you'll know everything.
There are a lot of debates on can animals think, do animals have emotions?
Oh, they have emotions. I have a feeling they know everything. I'll tell you, there are some...
I've also observed that they recognize people, right? Like I have been a stranger here. They have had peculiar way of communicating with me. So how?
If you know the cows, like they know, they'll be looking at you, they'll be staring at you because you knew. Now I'm coming, everybody will be like, they're used to me, so see, they'll be doing what they have to do.
Who is the youngest and oldest here among the beautiful cows?
Obviously, this was born about 15 days back. This one was born about 15 days back to Saraswati. Exactly March 19th.
What is her name?
It's her name Padmini.
So Padmini is the youngest,
Yeah,
15 days old.
15 days old. This is the mother, Saraswati.
Okay, this is Saraswati, the mother of Padmini.
Yeah.
Alright, and who's the oldest?
Oldest here is Karpai.
Okay, how old is she?
It's about 7-8 years old.
Okay.
And the next oldest will be Saranya also, but almost 6 months to 1 year gap. They're almost same age.
Okay.
Cows generally live up to 15 to 18 years,
Mm-hmm.
but their peak reproduction and milking years are between 5 and 10 to 12.
Okay.
So after 12, it will become difficult for them to conceive and all
But
that.
interestingly, there are no boys here, right?
No, boys generally, that's the obvious thing. Like boys, waste of maintenance, there's no use for it. Earlier, we used to keep all the male calves and convert it into either for agriculture purpose or for these instead of tractor, all these works. Earlier, bulls used to do, so we used to keep it.
Yeah.
But then after the tractors came and all that, and there's no labor and all that, nobody keeps bulls.
So they don't go for, they don't have opportunities to naturally mate.
Yeah, no,
No.
it's all artificial insemination. But there are some people who maintain bull for crossing, and then the maintenance is difficult, and charges are there. So it's mostly.
So do you think you're being cruel to the cows by not giving them opportunity to maze around? I can see there are
They do
there,
maze. Now, see, I opened
that's that space, a lot of space that you give.
behind that is my mangrove place. That
Yeah.
is where these people go out and walk around and all that.
Yeah, but
Now
what about their love making and other natural instincts that the cows also have?
See, when they come on heat, the cows are not like humans. Like they don't mate for pleasure and all that. So when they come on heat, once in 21 to 23 days, it comes on heat. So it stays on heat for 2 to 3 days. Okay, and that time it needs to be mated. So you can see it will start climbing on the other cows, or it will start being aggressive, and it will be restless and all that. All I have to do is artificially inseminate it. It will become calm. Or if you have a bull, mate it with the bull. Only at that time the bull will mate and the cow will allow the bull to mate. Rest of the time, even if the bull is next to it, they'll be fighting.
So what do you do with the milk and the other dairy products that you make
The
out of?
milk that we produce, apart from taking for my self-use, home use, I send it to the milk society. Like in Karnataka, you have Nandini, here you have Pondicherry. So we send it there, and it goes to them, and it goes to all the public. I don't give it to private marketeers. I sell it to the society. And generally, okay. If I sell it to the private marketers, I might get more money, but I'm happy giving it to the societies.
But it's very interesting, Arvind, to see your passion and love for all the beautiful cows here.
See,
How do you sustain that?
see basically what
You know everything about each one of them, and you take good care of them. I've seen in the very little time that I've spent here how much you're passionate about their well-being and how they're taken care of, and not merely from a commercial point of view. So how do you see that?
See, actually, what all this was ingrained in me by my grandmother. My grandmother had great love for cows, and she had about 200 crossbred cows and about 500 native breeds. And so when I was born and I grew up, I've seen all these cows. Okay, and all those 700 cows were named, maintained, books were maintained about their health, everything. So my grandmother was meticulous. She was very passionate. And so as a young age, I had an interest. So I used to go with her, talk with her, and she used to give me a lot. And later years, when she was old enough and I was taking over the farm, she used to be bedridden and she used to tell me all stories about everything. And her main thing is, the commercial farm, people only look at milking, trying to get the maximum yield, and trying to make profits out of what they have. But it's all short term. Her thing is, if you maintain the health of the cow will yield you, at the end of its lifetime, it will yield you more than what the commercial farms are trying to milk as early as possible. Her concept is, she says, a calf should be, by 18 months, it should come to an age where it should be able to conceive. Okay, for that you have to maintain it properly. If you just leave it like that, it will take 24 to 30 months for it to start breeding. So what her age is, you give it enough feed, give enough milk, and others don't give milk because milk is money. They don't give it to the calf. They give just half a liter or something. So my mother will give 1 liter in the morning, 1 liter in the afternoon, 1 liter in the night for the first 5 months. Then she'll reduce it to 1 liter in the morning and night, and then she'll give you 1 liter in the day. And by the time it is 12 months, it will be adolescent calf, and by 15 months it will come to heat. So first 2-3 heats she will leave it. Third heat she'll start inseminating or mating, and it will start breeding. Her concept is like if you maintain the health of a cow, it should be like in 3 years, it should, or like in 4 years, it should litter 3 times. Which generally in a commercial farm where you are only drinking of milking, we will not do. It will calf once in 2 years or something like that. So her concept is forget the milk, let the milk be given, enough milk given to the calf for the calf to grow, and enough feed and enough care taken so that the cow is healthy. And within 90 days of its calving, it should come to heat. And the first heat you leave it, and 120th day or 110th day, the second heat you inseminate it, and it should become pregnant. So at this rate, if you see, by 4 years, it will have 3 calves. So in a lifetime of say a maximum of 10 years of breeding time, it can calve about 7 or 8. And my grandmother said instances where she's had 12 calvings from a single cow. 12 calves. She's brought it out. So she says that at the end of the day, in a commercial farm, only at short-term milking, and they see maximum they'll get is 4 calves or 5 calves for cow's lifetime. But if you can get 8, 9 calves, if it's a female calf, that's another addition to your thing. If it's a male calf, also it makes money. So the calves in the long term will give you more money. So like she was always instilling in me, don't look at milk, forget the milk, keep the health of the cow, keep the cow healthy and always fill.
Yeah, that's a very sustainable and compassionate way of looking at things.
That is actually her practical experiences. So that is what we said. But you go and talk to a vet, you go talk to any commercial farmers, they'll only think of maximizing the milk yield, maximizing the profits and all that. So that is all short-term gains. Only you look at only short-term things.
Your children, the next generation, what is their passion towards this?
Happy. My elder son, whenever he is at home and he's not there, and I'm here, he comes with me. Generally in the evenings, after school, he'll come at 5, 5:15. I'll be here till 6. So
Do they know the names of every cow?
Yeah.
They do?
My elder knows most of the cows,
Okay.
except for a few. My younger is now showing interest, but I have not brought him here because he's too young and he runs near the cow and the cow gets agitated and he might get injured. So cows are generally very peaceful, domesticated animals, but they are animals.
You have a special story about this one, right? Which you are very...
This one is named Devi. This one has a special history. Like one of my cows, I had taken it to the where you sell the cows, right? Shandy or something.
Yeah.
So there I had taken my cow because it was getting old. I wanted to replace it, so I had taken it to sell. This cow was there nearby, okay, and this was a very, very aggressive cow, and somehow it came out of that other guy's hands, and it came and fought with my cow, and my cow was injured, and for at least 1 hour my cow didn't get up only. So the owner of this cow was very apologetic. He said, see, this is the behavior of the cow, that is why I want to sell it. It's very aggressive to all males or anybody, any animal or anybody who goes near it. So that's why he has come to sell it. And it was an adolescent calf at that time, okay, just at the time. It was a breeding age cow, but it was very aggressive. Then I told him, okay, fine, whatever has happened has happened. If you want to exchange my cow and you take this cow, and we'll come to a negotiation. And we negotiated, and he took my cow and I brought this. Okay. Surprisingly, after it came to me, it has become so docile, so calm. It has not attacked a single animal. It has not attacked anybody. It is so docile, so calm, and it has already littered twice.
Are you responsible for it?
The third time pregnant.
To make it so calm?
Could be me, my farmers who work.
In a nice way, I hope.
See, you feed it. See, animals respond to what you do, right? The love you show, it will show the love. The more you be aggressive, it will be more aggressive. Okay. It's like that. The cows get, if you're going to be shouting at it or you're going to be aggressive towards it, it will get agitated. Either it will become fearful of you, and out of fear it will try to attack you, or it will generally don't like you. And so when you go near it, it will start shaking its egg and all that. The more love you show to the animal will respond. That's it, over.
Where is Sundari here? Sundari, can you point at Sundari? Okay, of all the names, why Sundari for that cow?
It was so beautiful as a calf. you can see the pattern of it, white and black.
So there is a logic behind the names you
Yeah,
choose.
there's logic, there's a lot of things.
So it's not random.
Yeah, it's not random and suddenly...
So this is Sundari?
Yeah, this is Sundari.
Okay.
Because of it was so beautiful as a calf when it was born, the pattern on it and all that.
Okay.
It was so beautiful, so I named it Sundari. And there are certain things, like this one I bought, so it was a little blackish, so I named it Karbai.
Okay.
This one was very calm and nice, so I named it Lakshmi.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and it was a different breed. This is a Bodhi breed, which doesn't have horns. This is a breed of cow. So artificial insemination, this breed came. This one was Radhi. This one also I liked a lot, so I named it Radhi.
So there is a logic behind naming each one of them.
Some things like this one was named as Aswini. That is the star on which day it was born. Aswini was that day. So my wife said, why don't you name it Aswini? So we named it Aswini. Same thing with Purani. These things are all, these 4 calves were born about 1 month apart. Okay, all within 1 month apart. All these 4. And suddenly my wife said, why don't we name it after rivers and all that. And there was another one, 5th one which died. Okay.
So they're named after the rivers.
So we started naming it after rivers. Like it was Ganga, Narmada, this one is the Ganga, Yamuna, this is Narmada, Saraswati. And I had a Kaveri. That one died, unfortunately.
So how do you react to one of your cows departing from the world?
Sad, very, very sad. And I never send it to be cut or sold or whatever, like even if it dies. It's all buried in my mangroves.
Okay.
Mangrove. Even if it's a big cow and it dies, and we don't sell it off. We bring a JCB or something or get men and dig it up and I bury it.
They're all buried in your land?
Buried in my land.
Okay.
But generally, like, end of the day, they are all my pets, right? But once they become old and all, I don't keep it much. So I just take it to the shanty and sell it and buy a new one, younger one. Or like if I have enough cows, I'll just sell it and leave it. If I don't have enough, this is the ideal population that I have. I don't keep more than this or less than
How many are there total?
about 18 to 19.
18 to 19.
My ideal population is about 20.
Okay.
So anywhere between 15 and 22 I maintain. And if it's more than 22, I sell it off. If it's less than 15, I go and buy one. So, yeah. See, the male calves that are born are actually unproductive, and it's actually it'll get you into losses if you keep it for a long time. So you have people, if it's a good breed, there are people who go and breed for bulls.
So there is a gender bias here.
Yeah, there is a gender bias, always. Like earlier, that was not the case. Earlier, we used to use it for our own bulls, making it into bull or bullock carts or whatever, like, no. But, and for breeding also. But now that artificial insemination has come, and the more you crossbreed the cows, the more it is good for the bearing the climate and all that. The more pure breeds you go, you need to maintain more, and it can't bear the weather changes of India. So the more crossbred it becomes, it's better. So artificial insemination is the best thing for you to get crossbred cows.
Okay, who is this? The young one?
This fellow was born to Radhi.
Okay.
Okay.
So the daughter of Rati.
Yeah, and it was born in December. Not December, January. January just before Pongal. Okay. This one, I'm never going to sell it. It's going to be here. It's always going to be here till it dies or I die. Okay. Because I hand delivered it. Because just before Pongal, I think 2 days before Pongal, it was 11th or 10th, I'm not too sure. I'll just have to check the book. January, midnight or something, 3 o'clock, Radhi was trying to deliver. It was a big calf, and Radhi was struggling to deliver. Okay. Previously, I've seen vets come and hand deliver calves which are big, and the cows are struggling. Because once the delivery process starts, that is with the breaking of the water, within an hour the cow should deliver. Because every minute it takes beyond that, the cow is struggling, the cow will take time to recover. So around 3:30, my people came and woke me and said, like, it's been more than 1.5 hours and the cow is struggling and the calf is not able to come, and we can see by the head that the calf is very big. So at 3:30 I can't disturb my vet.
3:30 a.m.
So I came and I saw, and I knew the head was very big. So once the head comes out of the cow, the rest of the body will easily come. So I had seen the vet's hand deliver, so I took it upon myself. I took some oil in my hand and slowly pushed up what do you call that? And Tamil we call it Ara, and English probably it's vagina. So I tried slowly pushing it up, and in 10-15 minutes I got the head out. So once the head came out, and then I hand delivered it easily. So this one I had hand delivered. Then morning around 6:30 I called the vet. The vet came and he was happy. He said, "What you did was the right procedure.
Now you don't need me anymore."
It was the right procedure. So I told him I didn't want to disturb you at 3, but then he was happy. He said, "We are there to come anytime." But anyway, I had hand delivered it perfectly as much as what he would have done. And my wife was next to me around 6 o'clock, and she said, "Name it after Perumal, Vishnu." Vishnu is the god. So I named her Andal, wife of Perumal in Tamil. And so she's here. And it's a she. And so even if it was he, I was going to keep it because my hand delivered pup. So it's a she, and she's going to be with
So after the artificial intelligence insemination, what do you do with the male breeds?
the male calves
Yeah.
that are born.
Yeah.
See, male calves I keep it for 3 months because the calves have to grow, and the cow also has to have a bonding with it, because if it doesn't have them, the cows become aggressive, and sometimes they don't milk properly, and sometimes they don't come to.
So you sell it off after a while?
Yeah, after 3 months, like I sell it off, and there are 3 ways of selling it. One is guys who, if it's a good breed, guys will come and buy it for bulls.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, in the village you have people who breed bulls for seminating for mating with cows, and there are others who take it for agriculture work. Still, people use it for it, and some take it for bullock carting and all that. And if it's not useful for anything, nobody has come, and at the end of the day, a male calf is allowed to be culled, so they take it for culling. Yeah.
Arvind, you have a very interesting thing at your home. What does this imply? What is special about this?
See this, a cow and a calf, as per Hindu mythology or belief or whatever you say, when you keep a cow and a feeding calf together at your home, means that your house will be prosperous, you will have enough kids at home, and generally the well-being of the house will be golden. This is a belief or myth or whatever you say, but generally most of the Hindus will have this kind of thing. We have it in our thing, a small one, but this was gifted to me by one of my friends, and I have it. This is it. As per Hindu.
Can we see the small one as well?
Yeah, this is a small one. You ready? This is a small one which I think 70 to 80% of the people will have it in their puja halls or something. This is generally the same thing.
Okay,
Keep
so,
a feeding
so
calf.
kind of
and
replica.
a feeding calf and a milking cow together. It's just a mythology saying that your house will be prosperous. You need not short of food, not short of milk, and not short of children and all that. This is a belief, and people keep it. This was a bigger one presented. It's a heavy one presented by a friend of mine, made of brass. This is also made of brass, but generally we keep a small one, and this is a bigger one. As you say, cow, a milking cow actually, I won't say cow, a milking cow is revered by Hindus more. And it's named Kamadhenu, and I'll show you the picture of Kamadhenu, which Hindus believe. And they believe that, and it is a fact that from cow at least 40 to 45 byproducts have been taken for eating and all that. And so for each byproduct they've named a part of the cow as some god residing there and giving the food to us. And so that's a mythology, that's a belief. Hindus revere animals, and cow is the most revered animal, and a milking cow is the most revered animal. So each part of a cow will be named after some god or something, so that people revere it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So generally a farmer, you go to village, you will have this in their puja halls. But cities they don't have, because they don't have cow and they don't give importance to this. So you go to any farmer, any village.
See, Arvind, we have a lot of sensitivity, emotions, belief around the recent It has always been there, but it's more recent debates on why we should not slaughter cow, right? So
Cow slaughter,
about beef consumption, slaughtering cows. What is your say on it?
See, what I'm going to say is I don't think a lot of fanatic Hindus will listen to me or will like what I'm saying, but this is the practical thing which has been happening for. I know I am a farmer, I grow cows. My family has generally bred cows. We keep cows. Even now, I have about 20 cows. You've seen it. We know what cows are, okay? We know what it is. Bulls generally nobody keeps because earlier days we used to use it for agriculture purpose, tilling purpose. So we used to have 20, 30 pairs of oxen, and then we used to have bullock carts and all that. So we were breeding and keeping bulls at that time, and the aged bulls used to be sold and all that. But now tractors have come, artificial insemination has come, there's no point in keeping bulls. So bulls go for culling, bulls. And some people do take it for making it an auction or keeping it
For agriculture purpose, yeah.
for breeding purpose also. But mostly it's culled. And when it comes to the cow, okay, generally you see the young cows which are not born properly with deformity or all that is culled. Whether it's a male or a female, it is culled. And a cow when it becomes old, okay, like say after 10, 12 years, it's not going to breed properly and it's not going to breed properly. Generally they sell it in the shanties. And some poor people who can't afford good quality cows do buy it and go and they keep it for another year or two or something. End of the day, it goes for culling. Because at the end of the day, the cow can live up to 20 years. What are you going to do the last 6 years of its life? Nothing. Give it food. So no farmer is going to keep it. So generally it goes for culling. And as per the beef thing, the logic of India says that a male cow's meat is beef and an unreproductive state cow's meat is beef. Okay, so when before it reaches the reproductive stage, whether it's a
So we need to kind of strike a balance,
yeah, you need to strike a balance.
not use
See,
productive.
Earlier, you had the natural ecosystem where we lived in forests. We had the animals, and the old cows will be left for grazing, and the animals used to eat. That's ecosystem. Today, you don't live in forest. You live in a domesticated place. The old cow is only going to die. End of the day, either the vulture or something is going to eat, or you want to bury it. Okay, whether a man eats it or who eats it, nobody bothers, right? So once it reaches the non-reproductive stage where it is not viable for a farmer to keep, I have no objections for it to be sold for meat. But the law says that a veterinarian has to certify that that cow is not reproductive before it goes for culling, right? And now a non-reproductive cow will fetch you maximum 10 to 15,000 in the market. Now the nearest vet you have is about 30-40 kilometers away. So you have to take the cow there on a vehicle, get it certified, bring it back. You'll have to spend at least 5,000 rupees for that. And another day you sell it for 10,000. Who's going to do it? Nobody's going to do it.
Yeah, but it's not Arvind, I don't think it's about law and fanatism, or it is belief and emotions, isn't it? So we need to
see beliefs and emotions.
It is a very tough balance to strike.
Tough balance between it, but you have to look at practicality. Now you see you have goshalas, okay, government is open, so a lot of state governments have opened, BJP governments have opened goshalas where they take care. Now UP, you see, the stray cow menace is a big
So maybe as a general thumb of rule, rule of thumb, you need to look at not slaughtering productive cows.
That is one which I don't like, because see, end of the day, law says one thing, but practically there are good cows that are also gone for culling, which should not actually, in my purpose. Because good breeding cows should be bred for milk.
Yeah.
Because India has a population of 130 billion. We may be the highest producer of milk, but still everybody doesn't get milk, right? Milk is not want everybody. Milk is, though it is as costly as water only, but milk is not available.
So Arvind, thank you very much for your time. But before we sign off, it's good to see the place where you let these beautiful cows maze around.
So this is you can see a mangrove grove, cool. Summer it's cool. You're standing under the shade, it's so cool, not in the sun. So we tie it up for some time. We put some grass for it. Okay.
It looks like you pamper them a lot, right?
Yeah, we put grass here, and there's water here. And after some time, we just leave it to walk around for some time. Then it will come and drink water. and then it will come back to there.
How much is the space? Like this space around?
This space around is about an acre.
Okay.
Okay, that more than 2 acres, but
So they have about an acre to maze around.
yeah,
But their favorite spot is under this tree.
yeah, under the tree. They will like the cool thing under the tree, and when mangoes fall from the tree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even before you can pick up, the cows will eat it.
Okay.
It's new for you. Cows love.
But
mangoes.
you're not using this land for agriculture purpose. Is it because you love the cows more?
Yeah, I love the cows more, and I just leave this for grazing. My goats come.
So 1 acre land for them
Yeah.
just to marry around.
And I keep my dung here, which is a manure for my agriculture.
Okay.
So we lift it,
Mm-hmm.
and then the urine gets collected in the pits there.
Mm-hmm.
You can see here the cow urine, and when we wash the sheds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all these are nutrients.
Yeah.
These are not waste products.
Okay.
So these all get collected in pits there, and then after evaporation we collect it and we use it. Nothing
Use it for
goes to
agriculture
waste.
purpose.
There's nothing that goes to waste. This goes as vermicompost, comes back to my farm. So there's nothing that is.
So Arvind, can you talk about this sustainability model that you have built? What is this? What do you see here?
Vermicompost pit. Okay, I said
Vermicompost
pit.
pit. Okay.
As I said, nothing goes to waste here.
Mm-hmm.
My farm waste, my cow dung, everything, nothing goes to waste. So, like you see in that pit, you will have my farm wastes
Mm-hmm.
lying down. Okay.
Okay.
Then we'll put these cow dungs on top of it.
So this is cow dung and anything else?
And
Or?
the hay and the farm waste,
Okay.
all mixed together. So we keep watering to keep it about 80% moisture.
All right.
Okay. And we have worms in this, earthworms.
Worms. Okay. Earthworms.
So earthworms eat this, and the excreta of that is called the vermicompost. This one has a carbon nitrogen ratio of say somewhere between 80 to 75 to 100. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But vermicompost will be having about 5 to 1 to 10 is to 1. So like
It's very rich.
very rich. And if you have to put 10 tons of farmyard per acre, farmyard manure per acre, you can just put 1 ton of vermicompost. Okay, vermicompost is more nutritious and more beneficial for the
Very
plant.
interesting. But are you the first one to do it, or there
No,
are?
there are people who do it, but not many farmers do
But
it.
there is lack of awareness
Lack
about
of
this,
awareness.
or they don't want to put in the efforts.
No, the farmers, they don't do it much, but someone like me, progressive farmers, we do it. But mostly this is a lot of agro business people do it, and they sell a lot of vermicompost to Kerala, Andhra, and all the farms.
Okay.
The tea farms, the pepper farms, and all that.
All right.
And but I use it for myself. I don't use it for anything. I put it in my fields. I use it for my own purpose. And I think in December or something, a fungus kind of thing attacked and all the worms died.
Mm-hmm.
So as per policy, like for 6 months, you should not reintroduce the worms. So now the beddings are ready, getting ready, and probably in June I'll start reintroducing worms. Now you saw my people, they just turned around, see the grass is coming. Okay?
Okay.
So we just were walking through there and they were lifting it from the vehicle. See all the cows. They know, they're intelligent. They see that cow? They're eagerly waiting for the grass. They know grass is coming.
So they've sensed it.
They have sense much more than humans, man. See the way, how the grass is going, and look at them. All the heads will turn around, looking whether they want to put for them. Okay. And she knows which is the most eager cows, so she will all put it there.
Thank you very much, Arvind. It's been a very enlightening session. We learnt a lot. I hope I have permission to share this. I surely want to share this with my children.
Sure. Go ahead and share.
And maybe with our 92 batch friends.
Sure. Because it might be news for so many people. You know?
Yeah, I have definitely learned a lot of things that I didn't know.
As
And
I said, animals are like they're intelligent. They have emotions. They have love. They have hate. They have fear. All emotions that humans have, they have.
And like we discussed a while ago, I mean, it's not about law, about religion, about beliefs. It's about being sensitive, right? I mean, respecting each other. I did tell about recently in my hometown in Kerala, in Kannur, there was a political leader who openly, in public, to prove a political point, slaughtered a baby calf, a cow, in public, right?
Yeah, I heard it. Kerala had become a big controversy.
Yeah, we don't need to do all that. I mean, we don't need the law to tell us what to do and what not to do. We just need to be sensitive. We just need to be.
We are humans, okay? you know the animals and you love the animals and you know it is going for something.
Yeah, so we have extremes of things like this, other extremes of rakshaks,
Rakshaks,
killing human beings.
slaughtering. See, you need to find a balance.
We need to
man.
strike a
Both
balance,
of them
yes.
are fanatics as far as I am concerned. You need to find a balance. See, end of the day, you have your own moral authority, you have your moral rights, you have your conscience, right?
Yeah, we need to just listen to
do
our
what
conscience, yeah.
has to be done.
No
Do
law
what-
can change that, no law can stop
no
us,
law
yeah.
can instill all that. It has to come in you. It's just like, you know what, the Gaurakshaks and the beef eaters, the thing is it like who came first? The chick came or the egg came? Like they say, because these people do it, we are protecting.
Yeah, but I
because-
think the basic
and
simple
these
rule
people
to
say-
follow,
And these people say I'm protecting because they're doing it, and they say I'm eating because they're doing this.
simple rule to follow will be respect each other, live with each other,
Respect
love each other.
respect nature,
respect.
the animals, man. They
Yeah.
have emotions, they have animals.
Yeah.
Okay, they're going for eating. Yeah, there are processes to be done. Don't inhumanly slaughter it. Don't inhumanly do it, and don't slaughter good productive cows, man. It might give milk for somebody who's starving somewhere.
Thank you again, Arvind. So we are signing off.
So as I
If you want to
let's
make-
not talk about then
Yeah.
give you an never-ending debate.
But we
My
wish,
sincere
apart from that debate, I mean, I hope you continue with this passion.
But this is my passion. I won't leave it.
Love
Whatever
your
happens till death.
beautiful babies.
Till death, I'll be here.
It's very touching to know that you know everything about each one of them in detail. So that's been the
That's
most
because
surprising
you
thing
love
for
it
me.
and you spend time
Yeah, I
with
know.
it, right? Like
So
you spend-
we wish all the farmers in India
the same thing with
take
this-
the same care. Love the way you work.
Sure. Like just how I love the animals, I love my plants too. So if I go to my farm and I know each thing, I know what is required, when fertilizer required, when it has to be harvested, everything. It all comes because you go and see it, you spend time with it, and you are.
Thank you very much, Arvind. Thanks for your time.
Live in nature. Live with nature. Live in harmony with nature. That's my policy.
Thank you.
Thank you.